Hey there, this is Anonymous T. This is Anonymous T Podcast. Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today. Sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, some housekeeping, some meat and potato items, y'all. It is free to follow me, to subscribe to me, to subscribe to this channel, Anonymous T Podcast, my main channel, Anonymous T. Free for another 72 days on the Tickety Talk Anonymous T Podcast. Free to follow on the Instagrammies at AnonymousRealityT. Also free to repost, also free to like, also free to share the video, y'all, so it gets out here. So today we're talking the rest of WAGS to Riches. I'm just going to get it all out, y'all. And I just got to ask this question. Is Sherelle a colorist? It is like a complete 180. I can't stress this enough. I said this in my previous video on Wax to Riches of how much I missed selling Tampa, because I really felt that show was really about uplifting the women, really trying to get everybody on their real estate grind and really trying to get everybody to make this money. And the biggest issue was somebody who wanted to leave Sherelle's firm and do their own thing. Basically they felt that they weren't growing any further or whatever else, from what I recall on the show. And I wish that show came back, because I felt that was the epitome of class. I feel like what we're watching now is so ratchet, is so ghetto, is so like disturbing, and it was giving me like what Basketball Wives turned into. It's like Sherelle feels like she needs to be the Shawnee slash Evelyn Lozada, and it's just not translating well for me at all. Because how is it, like I said, you have so much smoke for Rick Ross's baby mama, but you are mad, or that you're cool with the lady who's dealing with Kodak Black, who got arrested for getting into a fight with one of his other baby mamas and got into another altercation with somebody else. But you're talking about you see yourself in her when you were her age. No. We shouldn't be fighting anybody over anybody. If somebody is cheating and they've cheated on you multiple times, you know what you're dealing with. It sounds like Kodak was seeking her out underage, allegedly, according to her. If was seeing him while she was in high school and everything else, and then when she turned 18, he slid in her DMs. And then Sherelle, what's up with your relationship with Chad Ochocinco that you're not really addressing it on this show? Made it seem like y'all broke up, to create publicity for people to tune in. Meanwhile, on the show, none of y'all social media drama had played out about y'all being broken up or none of this, unless that is supposed to be if in the event the show gets picked up for another season, that's going to be your storyline. Like I'm so over the games. And speaking of, y'all trying really hard to sell this relationship, and it just seems like I don't know if you realize Chad Ochocinco is always going to be the main character. The way he was talking about the wedding that he wanted in the Bahamas, coming in on the white horse and all this and that, he sees you as the accessory, right? He's the star, he's the focal point. And then that conversation about the prenup is absolutely cringeworthy, y'all. They had representation for both Chad Ochocinco as well as Sherelle. They were going back and forth. She said her brokerage business started well before she met Chad, so he shouldn't have access to that, but it sounded like he had some, financial contributions to it. She said that she was with them before the inception of Nightcap, and she peeks in here and there, but it sounds like there's no financial stake or whatever. So Chad Ochocinco was like, you're not touching this. Then she was talking about an infidelity clause, and originally she wanted $3 million, or for alimony, she wanted $3 million a year, I guess. And so nonetheless, he said no, but then they came down to like $15,000 a month and all this and that. And it was just a lot. And, then they came to the conclusion, well, if you don't feel this and that, maybe we shouldn't get married, or maybe we should delay this, because tentatively they were supposed to get married on February 5th, y'all. But clearly February 5th is not happening, for whatever reason. But the important thing of that is I don't think a wedding was happening that day anyways, or February 2nd, whatever it was. That wasn't happening anyways because Chad Ochocinco said it was a date. It wasn't necessarily the wedding. So all these games, all these semantics. They had a pastor over at one point to do premarital counseling, and then Sherelle was telling a story about how she was mad at Chad Ochocinco because they had sex or whatever, and then I guess at like 3 in the morning, he was hungry. He kept telling she was hungry as well. And I guess he wanted her to make something, but then he just decided at 5 a.m. to just go out to McDonald's and just get himself something and not come back with getting her anything. And my thing is this: y'all got all these kids together. Y'all supposed to be together. Y'all supposed to be on the same page. And it just seems like he just keeps playing in your face and you allow it because he knows that you had a crush on him and that you basically manifested this dude, and you talked about how you slid in the DMs while you were married. Now you're putting out there that you were cheated on, but you also have admitted in the past that you cheated on your husband. So it's a hot mess. Also, I want to speak on this Jewels thing. I have a problem with y'all knowing all about Jewels' history and the problematic things that she said about black women. And several of y'all continue to allow her to be in y'all spaces and then want to act shocked when things escalate and she gets into a fight with somebody else who's called out her behavior. And then, like I said, the rumors about her and LeBron James allegedly, and how some of y'all men were looking at her when she pulled up to the scene like they either hooked up with her themselves or one of their boys in the industry hooked up with her as well. Like, it's just not cute at all. But I don't know if you thought, oh, keeping my enemies close or having somebody who was non-black on the show was going to, help this get greenlit as well. But I just wasn't feeling it. And what is the tea about y'all allegedly this realty company becoming a luxury realty business? Because according to y'all website, I don't see any receipts that this was a legitimate thing. Like, I checked both the luxury company as well as y'all company, didn't see anything. So was that real, or was that just for the show to make it seem like y'all were elevated? But what else happened as well is Rick Ross's baby mom is really trying to get her boutique, her Insta boutique, I guess, really out there. It sounds like she put this money into it and essentially it's not that successful. So she's thinking about going completely to online only and, going from there basically. But nonetheless, Sherelle brought one of her messy friends over that also had a boutique, and they were just throwing all this shade and asking if it was designer label and saying that all of it needed to be thrown in the trash. And it was just weird. Then we had Keita. We got to meet her mom, and now it sounds like why she took Tyreek Hill back. It sounds like her mom is all about financial security, regardless of how suspect the dude is, because it came out that he had multiple children at during like the same year. And Keita and him are trying to spin this as they were broken up. But if y'all been together 8, 10 years, y'all want me to believe that you just happened to be broken up when he conceived all these kids the same year? I don't buy it. I think you're saying that y'all broke up to save face, which is what all y'all athletes do when y'all talking about how everything was a break baby. No, 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 no. You cheated. You were not expecting to, y'all thought you were, you know, what am I looking for? Untouchable. You thought you were untouchable, and you effed around and found out basically that you are in fact touchable and able to conceive these kids out here. But I don't know if Kate like really happy. I think it just seems like she's not trying to be about the drama or the mess because she knows that people can drag her in her situation. And then when all these ladies got together for this glamping thing at Ashley's house, really none of their situations are ideal. The one that seems the most happy and stress-free is actually a Mari Stoudemire's ex-wife, and actually the show needs to center around her as far as I'm concerned. She is the one who actually is doing really well for herself, is the one who really is, she has a good relationship with her ex. It seems like her and her ex, they still, have a dinner every Friday night, it seems, with the kids. And it seems like everything is good on good terms. I really enjoyed her dating storyline. Not sure if her and that dude are still together or if it was for the show or what. It seemed like there were a lot of deleted scenes with her and Amari Stoudemire that actually would have been interesting to watch compared to the mess that we were shown, because all these other ladies keep talking about how they're a boss this and they're a boss that, but it's giving very much hood rat behavior. And it seems they equate being a boss, being able to afford designer labels and expensive cars and having a nice home. But being a boss should not have to matter about material things. You should be able to, your credentials should speak for itself. Just talking around, I'm a boss this, I'm a boss that, and everything else. Like it's just, I was just so embarrassed. It was just very cringe, as far as I was concerned, of how many of these people were acting, and and then also we had Sade, who also was with somebody for 8 years or whatever else. She didn't want to tell these ladies that she was pregnant the entire show until the season finale. But I get it. She had beef with them because I guess there was some drama with her and Kita. Kita told some story to Sherelle. And it sounds like Sherelle was just trying to be the bone carrier and just trying to have beef with everyone and trying to be involved in every storyline, so she got the most screen time. But it just ended up coming off just really malicious and just unnecessary. So y'all know the show Hard Knocks that comes on HBO or whatever. They usually take an NFL team to film for the season, and essentially they go over like kind of who gets to make the team. Some of them highlight some of their personal lives, what it took for them to be an NFL star, this and that. Sometimes they highlight the WAGs and all that. And so I guess what happened was Kita was, trying to have some press box that they had got, or they all chipped in for, when they traveled to, the Kansas City Chiefs, in which that had, over, I think it was like, I think it was like 10 degrees, or it was really cold or something. And so I guess Hard Knocks wanted to film in the suite. And I guess there was some group chat as far as who all paid, who didn't. And I guess allegedly there was a vote that they didn't want, either some of them didn't want to be filmed, or they just didn't want it filmed altogether, or they didn't want to be on that show or something. I don't know. It sounded like there was a miscommunication, but the way Kita presented it and the way Sherelle translated it made it seem like, they were jealous that she was the one being featured on the show and not them, so therefore they didn't want to film it at all. And then they were filming elsewhere in the stadium and out there in the freezing cold temperatures, is how I basically am interpreting that situation. So nonetheless, I'm trying to think what else took place. Um, Really, there wasn't a lot as far as going on. Like, Joelle's just really tried to make herself be the victim, and it was very weird that there were still black women that were still standing by her even after she got into a fight with the black woman. And this is the problem, y'all, is y'all let certain people into y'all spaces that y'all know is problematic, that y'all, do all this stuff around, and then this person already has a reputation. This person has always got caught before saying some problematic and some slick stuff. But as long as it's not you, you want to, keep them around. But then when they get exposed, now all of a sudden you want to distance yourself, and now you want to go back to the people that you basically bullied and try to, hinder from having an opportunity on this show, that I had an issue with. And then I'm trying to think if there was anything else. That was really it. And then I think Joelle's, and then this boxer that I guess that has a history of being racist also showed up to this volleyball event that they had at the season finale. And I didn't understand Kita, who also is pregnant now, is she was playing volleyball, but she kept falling and in the sand and stuff. And I'm like, oh no, 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 no. Like what are we doing, right? So I think it was like three women in the cast that ended up being pregnant, which was the boxer's wife, which was also Keita, which is Tyreek Hill's now wife, and then also Sade. But I think Sade is the only one out of the 3 that were pregnant that isn't married yet. So, but a lot of them, for the most part, I think with the exception of Ashley, like, I think for the most part, a lot of them, it just took a while for them to become wives, or some of them are still engaged. And it's like, why are we putting 8, 9, 10 years into these dudes? These dudes know within the first year or two if they want to marry you or not. Like, it's not going to take 10 years. They're just basically seeing whether or not there's anything else better out there. They know you're going to stick around because they know that you like the lifestyle. So it's weird that y'all keep talking about how y'all want to be bosses too, but it seems very much y'all are dependent upon these men. And I think that's the real issue with some of the jealousy and the envy and everything else. And so I noticed Sherelle never comes for Ashley or Amari Stoudemire's ex-wife, and that is because they legitimately, have their own, and their husbands, or ex-husband rather, they're very successful. So it's not a drag. They don't have all these outside babies out here. They all had the babies within their marriage and everything else. They don't have to deal with 4, 5, 6 baby mamas, this and that, and all this other controversies. So nonetheless, you can't read them, you can't drag them. So you go after these other girls, and you're up here in your 40s trying to be down with these 20-year-olds who are basically willing to go toe to toe with these other side chicks just for clout, to say that they're with these rappers and with these athletes. And it's just not it, y'all. It's just not it. Bring back selling Tampa, y'all. Because the one thing that I probably enjoyed the most outside of Amari Stoudemire's ex-wife storyline was when Sherelle showed Keita that really nice home in Miami, and because that house was laid out. I was taking pictures, y'all, because I was thinking of enhancements, because I love to decorate, and I love to do different stuff. And and it's not my background at all, by the way, but I just love just really making your house look glamorous, regardless of how inexpensive or expensive your home is. You can make your home look like $1 million just by just some beautiful touches to add to it. And so that was, what I was really paying attention to, and I was really, interested in and featuring and everything else. And so nonetheless, I was looking at that, and really enjoyed it. So, but yeah, that was all that I had on that. If this does get renewed for another season, can we stop less of the mean girl stuff? Like, it's one thing for petty drama, but a lot of the drama honestly was off of hearsay from blogs and just other people that didn't like them. And then it just seemed from a place of jealousy and insecurity. And the people you really could have gone after, you're not going to, because they have legitimate clout and they made something of themselves. So nonetheless, that was all that I got. Let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.